This user says, "They laughed when I begged for help. They turned their backs when I needed them most. But life has a way of flipping the script because when their worlds started burning, I had the power to save them. And do you know what I did? I walked away." This is not just a story about revenge. It's a story about dignity, justice, and the day I finally learned to stop saving people who would never save me. Whoa, there's a lot to unpack in this statement. Let's get right into it. The first part. They laughed when I begged for help. They turned their backs when I needed them most. This tells us about a deep wound in their past. This person had a moment where they were vulnerable, maybe a time of struggle or need, and instead of receiving support and empathy from those closest to them, they were ridiculed and ignored. Can you imagine how painful that must have been? To reach out your hand for help and have it slapped away, mocked and belittled. That's a harsh reality that many people sadly experience, whether it's within their own family or among their peers. Now the phrase, "when their world started burning," indicates a shift in the narrative. This is the turning point, the moment when the roles reversed. Suddenly, the dynamics of the relationship changed. Those who once laughed and turned away were now facing their own challenges, their own struggles. Maybe they lost their jobs, faced personal problems, or experienced hardship. It's almost like fate dealt them a different deck of cards. Then comes the powerful, "I had the power to save them." Now this is where things get interesting. This person has the opportunity to make a significant impact in the lives of those who once hurt them. They hold the cards now, the power to help, to offer a lifeline, to extend a hand of support. It's a classic tale of how the tables have turned. You see, life can be quite ironic like that. And this situation is a prime example of it. So what does this person do? Do they take the opportunity for revenge? Do they gloat in their power? Do they exact retribution for the pain they suffered? No, they do something even more profound. They walk away. Oh yes, my friend, they walk away. They refuse to engage, refuse to be pulled into the drama, refuse to sacrifice their own peace for those who once disregarded their well-being. In doing so, they demonstrate remarkable emotional maturity and strength. They recognize that holding on to anger and resentment won't serve them well, and they choose to let go instead. But why is this so important? Because in walking away, they reclaim their power, not by inflicting harm, but by refusing to participate in the suffering of others. They understand that true strength lies in rising above the urge for revenge, in choosing compassion over hatred. The next part of the statement, this is not just a story about revenge, it's a story about dignity, justice, and the day I finally learned to stop saving people who would never save me. Herein lies the essence of the tale, the core message that resonates with all of us. At first glance, one might assume this is a simple story of revenge, a classic tale of retaliation. However, upon deeper reflection, we realize there are more layers, more profound themes at play. Yes, there's an element of revenge, but there's also dignity. There's justice, and perhaps most importantly, there's growth. To stop saving people who never saved you requires tremendous insight and self-awareness. It means acknowledging your own worth, recognizing that your well-being is just as important as theirs. It's about setting boundaries, about prioritizing your own peace and happiness. Think about it. How many times have you rushed to help someone who wouldn't hesitate to laugh at you if you were in need? How many times have you sacrificed your own comfort for someone who took your kindness for granted? We've all been there. It's human nature to want to be there for our loved ones, to rush to their aid whenever they call out for help. But when you find yourself in a cycle of giving without receiving, you're essentially in an unequal, unbalanced relationship. And guess what? It's not sustainable. At some point, you'll burn out. You'll feel drained, taken for granted, and disheartened. Recognizing this and making the decision to change, to draw a line, is a sign of maturity, of wisdom, and of strength. It means that you're ready to redefine your relationships, to demand reciprocity and respect. Imagine being strong enough to let go of the urge for revenge, To resist the temptation to inflict pain on those who caused you pain. Imagine the mental fortitude required to detach from the drama of others, to prioritize your own well-being. That's what this person embodies, someone who has reached a place of self-awareness, someone who understands that true strength doesn't come from inflicting harm, but from refusing to perpetuate the cycle of negativity. You see, in a world that often glorifies revenge, where tales of retaliation dominate the narrative, this person stands out. They have chosen a different path, a path less traveled, a path that leads to healing, to self-respect, and to personal growth. Their journey is a beacon of hope for many, showing us that we have the power to choose, to rise above the negativity, and to pave our own path towards a brighter future. Think about it. The statement opens with a painful experience, a moment of vulnerability met with ridicule and indifference. It continues with a twist of irony as the roles reverse, and suddenly this person holds the upper hand. But instead of succumbing to the primal urge for revenge, it chooses a more noble path. It walks away, refusing to be consumed by hatred and resentment. In doing so, this person transcends the limitations of human nature. They could have easily sought retribution, inflicting pain on those who had caused them pain, indulging in the satisfaction of seeing them suffer. But they resist that urge, demonstrating remarkable restraint and emotional control. Furthermore, they don't just walk away for themselves. No, they walk away with grace, extending an olive branch, offering forgiveness. They don't carry the burden of anger any longer, recognizing that true strength comes not from inflicting harm, but from refusing to perpetuate the cycle of negativity. This is not merely a story of triumph over adversity. It's a testament to the power of forgiveness, the strength of self-control, and the nobility of spirit. It's a story that reminds us that when faced with the opportunity for revenge, when we have the power to inflict pain on those who have wronged us, the most powerful response is often to walk away, to forgive, and to move on. Hey, if you found inspiration in this story, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others who might benefit from it. And hey, before you go, make sure to hit subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.